Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some new information to go over for the Indigo Disk DLC, all about event exclusive Pokemon. We also have some Nintendo Switch 2 updates to go over. There's a lot of stuff to break down and take a look at today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. It really does help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the event exclusive Pokemon. So this has been on the website since they were announced or revealed, whatever you want to call it, but we didn't really think about it too much. But since Riddler-Coup came out and said that some Pokemon and some content was going to be locked when the Indigo Disk drops, it seems like this is what he's going to be referring to. So on the website for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's DLC, if you go onto Raging Bolt or Iron Crown, it will basically say that Iron Crown can be encountered in Pokemon Violet during an event that occurs in the Hidden Treasure of Area 0 Part 2, the Indigo Disk. So again, we didn't really think about this too much, but since what Riddler-Coup has said, it now makes a lot more sense. Also, if it says it on the exact same page for the Japanese website as well. We have Jean here talking about it, saying, for anyone who is concerned, Raging Bolt and Iron Crown are both stated to be event exclusive on the official site. This statement also exists in Japanese, so it's not a translational error. So it's not like one website saying one thing and another website saying something else. It exists on both of these websites. So these Paradox Pokemon are definitely going to be event exclusive Pokemon. It makes 4 out of the 8 new Pokemon that are sure to have availability issues. So the 4 that they're talking about here, of course, are Raging Bolt, Iron Crown, Paradox Entei, and Paradox Terrakion. I don't understand why Raging Bolt and Iron Crown would be event exclusive, whereas the Entei Paradox and also the Terrakion Paradox wouldn't be. As well as that, Walking Wake and Iron Leaves have also been event exclusive. They were event exclusive in the fact that they were from raids. That was the only way to obtain them. That's been the only way to obtain them since then. Now, Walking Wake and Iron Leaves probably will be back in the Indigo Disk DLC, but through that same kind of situation. So for me, it looks like Raging Bolt, Iron Crown, Paradox Entei, Paradox Terrakion, Walking Wake, and Iron Leaves are all going to be obtainable in the Indigo Disk DLC through probably 5-star raids, maybe 7-star raids. We'll have to wait and see, but most likely going to be some sort of raid event, which is really, really unfortunate because I was hoping there would be static encounters. Like, some people thought that we'd just go into Area 0 and they would just be like encounters, just like you would encounter a, I don't know, like an Iron Thorns or something like that. People thought that like Raging Bolt and Iron Crown would just be walking around like that, which would have been really cool. But that does not seem to be the case. It doesn't look like they're static Pokemon either. They are literally going to be event exclusive Pokemon. We have Jean also saying, since K implied only 3 out of 8 Pokemon are available, this means there is one more Pokemon not available. Which one is not available? The heavily tied into the main plot and anime Terapagos, or the basically not existing in the main plot Dokutaru. Make your pick. So for me as well, yeah, it looks like potentially it could be Dokutaru as well that also is not obtainable. This is obviously what we're referring to here from Riddler-Coup, where Austin John was basically like, you know, 10 days before Christmas break, let's see if I can complete everything. And Riddler-Coup was like, definitely not possible. Some content is locked. We spoke about it in a recent video that some content is going to be locked in the Indigo Disk DLC. And it's been right in front of our noses the whole time with the fact that we have these event exclusive Pokemon. We also have Jean talking about this a little bit more, saying, I'll say this separately. I'm going to be real, I feel very weird about this. In the past, event exclusive Pokemon was basically a synonym for mythical Pokemon. Any non-mythical Pokemon cannot be locked in an event and should be obtained normally in-game. I know there is a weird case of Black and White with Zorua and Zoroark tied with a movie event, but eventually Zorua became a giftmon in Black and White 2 and totally became some some common wild animals in later generations. I really don't know what's the deal with the Paradox Swords and Beasts in this case now. It could also just be like, I mean, on the other hand, it could just be an event as in like an event occurs in the Indigo Disk, like maybe a portal opens up, which, you know, I guess that would be an event happening in the DLC. So let's say during an event that occurs in the Indigo Disk, that could be some sort of portal opening up, and then we go through that portal, which is the event, and then that is where we get to encounter these as a static encounter. I think that's a lot less likely because we've already had raid battles for Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, but that is another way you could kind of interpret this. We do also have Hunter here replying saying, personally, I hope during an event is just them referring to a Terra Raid event. Still wouldn't like it, but it's the best case. Considering how Walking Wake and Iron Leaves were handled, that is likely the case. Still a huge bummer in my opinion. The event in question could be an in-game sub-event, but that seems rather unlikely. You can normally obtain it in-game. It's weird to point out this statement. Note this statement does not exist on any other Pokemon's page. So, yeah, even the in-game event being like a portal or something is very, very unlikely because of, obviously, what Jean just said there. It looks like these are going to be obtainable through Terra Raid battle events, which, again, is really annoying, but that looks to be the case. What are your thoughts on this? Are you happy? Are you sad that there'll be like 5-star raid or 7-star raid events for the Paradox Pokemon? Obviously, they will be version exclusive as well, but you will be able to catch them by like obviously joining someone else's raid who has the alternative copy to what you have. But yeah, it definitely sucks because it means they're going to be shiny locked and stuff like that, which is a massive bummer because I was hoping to get a shiny Walking Wake, Iron Crown, whatever, Raging Bolt. It would have been really cool, but yeah, I don't know. I don't like the idea they're going to be locked behind raids because we've got to wait for them as well. Like, they're probably going to do... I mean, I'm guessing when the Indigo Disk drops, that will be dropping on the 14th of December. And then after that, it's going to be like the 21st of December. And that weekend's literally going to be like the Christmas weekend. So they're probably going to do a Christmas event there. So I can't see like Walking Wake or Iron Leaves or Raging Bolt or Iron Crown or Paradox Entei, Paradox Terrakion being in a raid like... for the first weekend of the Indigo Disk being the 15th, 16th, and 17th. I can't see it being the 22nd, 3rd, or 4th because that will be Christmas. Could be the 29th, 30th, and 31st, but that's like New Year's, so obviously people will be busy. And then after that, we're in January, which is the 5th, 6th, 7th. So, worst case scenario, we could be waiting 3 weeks to get one of these events, which is terrible. I mean, it does keep Indigo Disk alive because obviously people will be waiting to do these events, but I don't know. It does kind of suck that that is seemingly what is going to be happening with these Pokemon. Anyway, let's move on to some Nintendo Switch 2 updates. So we have Nintendo Everything here tweeting out saying Nintendo president says recent Switch 2 rumors are inaccurate. So this is obviously talking about the whole where they were kind of testing games and stuff at a recent event. So this is the actual article on Nintendo Everything. So it's Nintendo president says recent Switch 2 rumors are inaccurate. So Nintendo president Furukawa has weighed in on recent rumors surrounding the Switch successor, stating they are not accurate. They briefly commented on the situation during a financial call today. He didn't have much to say about a new system, which isn't surprising, but he did say, as translated by Nintendo Everything, the rumors online that appear to be public information are not accurate. So Furukawa pointed to reports that some game makers were briefed on the Switch 2 in 2022 and that it was shown off during an overseas event this past summer. It was previously reported that Epic's The Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 tech demo was on display at Gamescom 2023 in August, along with an upgraded version of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which wasn't necessarily intended for release. Furukawa also commented on a recent patent that has been making waves online. There's been lots of talk surrounding a filing showing a handheld device that can be split in two. However, Furukawa said, as translated by Nintendo Everything, we applied a patent knowing that information would be made public. This does not necessarily mean we plan to equip future products with this. We often stress this, but there are certain talking points regarding Nintendo news that tends to be overblown. Emphasis on patents and trademarks are often much less important than they seem. As indicated by Furukawa, public patents don't often turn into products, while trademarks tend to be filed so that Nintendo can cover its bases. And then we have a little bit more information on this about it from Oatmeal Dome, talking about how they also state the infamous dual screen device, yada yada yada. So this is obviously the dual screen device that they are referring to. So in late October, Game Rant reported that Nintendo patented a dual screen device that can be split into two halves. It was then picked up by other outlets and portrayed as potentially being Nintendo's next gen console. So I don't know if you've seen this, but this is kind of what like they're talking about here. So I can't really comment on the Gamescom stuff. That patent though, patent leak should be taken with a huge grain of salt. Nintendo is not going to let a government patent official office reveal their next gen console for them. Have we already forgotten the Oval NX patent? So this is obviously one that we had previously that people were like, oh, this is definitely legit true. Obviously turned out not to be true. But either way, that's kind of everything that I wanted to go over for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let me know your thoughts on the potential event exclusive Pokemon for Raging Bolt, Iron Crown, Paradox Entei, Paradox Terrakion. Are you happy or sad that they're probably going to be locked behind a raid event that we're going to have to wait for in the Indigo Disk DLC? Do you like the raid events? Are you quite looking forward to it? Obviously, it means they're not going to be shiny huntable, and it's just the fact that we've got to wait for them as well, which really is just the most annoying thing. But let me know your thoughts on all that. Let me know your thoughts on the Switch 2 rumors. I generally don't know what to think about the Switch 2 now, because obviously we thought this was all like factual evidence and stuff, but now that like it's just not, like Furukawa basically said that these are not true. So this whole like 4K 60 FPS thing apparently is not true. Like, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts on all of that. But either way, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.